So now we have our outline and our images prepared. We're going to move to step 3, which is counting frame. It's going to prompt you for the microscope lens 10x or 100x. I'm going to keep it on 10x. You will use the sampling fraction 3 based on what this looks like. When you're doing 100x, if you're counting intraneuronal profiles such as endosomes or anything punctate, you might use some of these higher sampling fractions. I'm going to select 10 because it's going to be less counting frames, so for teaching purposes or for the workflow purposes, it's just easier. So then after you select your fraction, you click OK, and you wait for the process to go. This actually, I'm gonna close it. So you wait for the process to finish, and you'll know it's done by when the top window here says 8 of 8. I just closed 8 of 8, so never mind that. But this has 7 of 8. So when it says 8 of 8, or when those numbers match, 14 of 14, whatever, then you'll know the process is done. And what you end up with is you have a zoomed image here, which it isolates your focus when you're counting. So versus just clicking wherever you see a neuron here, that's it's a biased way to do it with or without the counting frame, because it's whatever draws your attention. So this right here will draw your attention. Hopefully you can see my cursor. All of the darkly labeled items will draw your attention, but that's not necessarily all of the neurons. So you want a zoomed in and isolated counting frame, and that's what this would look like. So this is a neuron, and then this is probably a neuron that maybe you would not count. So this counting frame is actually this one here. So maybe you would say, I don't know if that's 1 neuron or 2 neurons or 3 neurons. Well, here on the zoomed in image, you can clearly see it. Now in this case, it's not in the counting frame, so yeah, this would be like, let me just show you. So I would consider this 1 neuron. This is a neuron. This is a neuron. I'm not real comfortable. I would never count at 10x, but in this case, and then this is a neuron. And I only know that because of looking at so many of these, but I would never count at 10x. So for you wouldn't count this one basically because it doesn't have a clear fiber you can see coming out of it. I just know it's a neuron because I've done so freaking many brains. Gonna go back and select markers because I selected. Okay. So if those were in the counting frame, you would count them. For right now, I'm just going to click on them just to place markers so that we can see markers. And then I have this one here. If you accidentally click on a marker, you hold down the Alt key and click on the marker again and it'll delete it. I'm holding my phone, so I'm limited in what I can do right now. So that's it for placing markers. Let me start a new video.